Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our YouTube channel.
Wow! Yeah.
Okay. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Ashlyn.
Welcome guys, and my name is Shenise.
Guys, yet again, we just want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We've seen all the interactions. We love it here, and we love talking to you and hearing from you.
This week we just want to give a shout out to Janine for giving her insight on the topic, cheating a deal breaker.
Okay guys, so this week we have a special surprise. We're not riding alone, we're riding with guests. They'll be joining us soon. But before we get into that, we just want to say, please continue the conversation in the comment section. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. This week we're going to continue the conversation on cheating. When we posted last week's video, if you haven't watched it, please go and watch. There was a lot of backlash behind the scenes on the comments. So we thought, let's invite a few people and continue the discussion, hear what they have to say, and we'll see who has the same opinions and views and who doesn't.
Yes, we're very excited for this week's video because our two guests, one is single, one is married. So we want to hear from them and their views. As you heard last week, myself and Ashlyn's views, which wasn't alike. Hopefully our guest is one of us. One chose from Ashlyn, one chose my side. So we're going to hear what they have to say, guys. Hope you're excited.
Without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay. As promised, guys, here's our guest. So we're going to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Hi guys, I'm Susan.
And I'm Cynthia.
Okay, so we're going to continue the conversation on cheating and hear their views. Cynthia already told us cheating is not allowed in our household. So we already know that cheating is a
Team deal breaker.
It's a deal breaker, Papa.
Why?
Why? Because it's break up families. So
Okay.
to me, it's not going to be tolerated. And I'm expecting it to be both sides, not just for my side
Yeah.
and for my sake. And if he feels like I'm also cheating, let him leave me.
Okay, so you're saying even if you are the one
That's cheating.
what is your definition of cheating? Is it when someone sleeps with another person, or is it even just flirting, texting, looking at someone differently? What do you think is the boundary for cheating in your marriage?
Look here, guys, we all have our different views. And
Okay.
we all have our boundaries.
Yeah.
And if for me and my husband comes back and say no, he's sorry, or he saw some high school friend, for me it's okay. But then the moment it's going to be attached to that person, then that's a deal breaker.
Okay. Susan, for you?
I think cheating is broad,
Okay.
but it only becomes it's not a deal breaker for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it happens once, sure, we'll forgive you, but don't make it a continuous thing.
Okay, like you said, cheating is broad. Do you think cheating, if it's like sexual relations, what is your definition of cheating, and what is a deal breaker and what isn't when we go into
I
it?
think the flirting, sending pictures, going on cute dates, that's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
But the sex, like soul ties and all of it, yeah, I know.
Because now you become intimate with the person, so you cannot do that. So like you must know when to stop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if my husband will come and tell me one of the ladies as beautiful as you are and say no, this one is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I do see it. I mean, we are all God's creation.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, as much as I can have an eye for a guy, but then I must know my boundaries, where to go, and how far is my respect going for my husband. And he must also do the same to me or act the same for me. Because as much as I can allow him to go anywhere and everywhere, not necessarily allow, but understand that
Yeah,
he's a person
yes.
that he can go and do as he pleases. By the end of the day, he must know at the back of his hand, which he did say he wanted me.
Yeah.
And he did say he want to spend the rest of his life with me. So as much as I'll go around as well doing as I please, or as I'm thinking I'm old enough to do, I must also know what I left my husband at home.
Yeah, you can't ex singles.
Yes. So somewhere, somehow, I must know where to draw my line.
Yeah, true.
Yes, so now that we've heard that Cynthia is deal breaker when cheating and Susan she'll forgive you for that. I wanted to find out, ladies, we haven't discussed this last week, but it has been on my mind to know if you would have to be the one cheating, what in your relationship or in your marriage would push you to that limit to cheat?
Okay, as mentioned last week, cheating, and it's not like there's a double standard, it's just I have a different boundary than my husband. So for me, I say cheating is not a deal breaker. But I also need to clarify, cheating is not a deal breaker in my marriage. I'm not saying that if I had someone else, then it wouldn't, because I know my husband. And I know if he had to make a mistake, it would come from a place of, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again. And I trust his word. So if he says he's not going to do it again, I can believe him because I know the type of person he is.
But you must understand, Sissy, at the end of the day, even though your husband can say sorry, maybe my husband will never say sorry. So as much as you're going to say yours is not a deal breaker, for me, I can come back and say mine is a deal breaker.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, other people, they don't know how to say sorry.
Yeah.
Of other people say sorry with an attitude. So you cannot come and say, yeah, I'm with Shenise, so what?
With no remorse.
That's why I'm saying in my marriage, because I know my husband. Only in my marriage. In your marriage, it's a deal breaker. In my marriage, it's not. For me. But for my husband, it's
a deal breaker.
So I already know, on your question, if I was to cheat, I already know my husband will not tolerate.
No,
supposed to be like
the question
that.
is, what will drive you? Like
But
in
what
your
will
marriage,
drive
what things will drive you?
I feel like a woman cheating, it's emotional.
Okay.
So before I even do it, it's something that I've thought about.
Okay.
So like it won't be like with a man, anyone can walk in, it's an instant decision to cheat.
Okay.
With me, it's gonna be a situation where I've tried to tell you that I'm not okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to communicate. So while I'm doing all of that and you're still not listening, I'm already trying to think, okay, how am I gonna fill that void? Because clearly it's not being filled in my relationship.
But then
So that's why when women cheat, it's always emotional. Before she does it, she already thought about it.
Yes, I
something
hear
that will
you.
instantly happen. Like with
Yes,
the
I
man,
hear you,
it's
but I can
different.
come back and say, then you're going to give it a reason. Why are you doing it? But as for me, as I'm saying, if he is doing it, for me, I won't understand. And I'm expecting that the same to him.
Yeah,
if I'm doing
if you
it.
do
Because
it.
now, if I'm going to start saying, oh, he beat me, I'm cheating. Or he's cheating, that I'm cheating. Then I'm not true to myself.
Yeah.
Being married is not married to him. I'm
I
married
love
to
what you're
myself
saying.
first,
Yes.
then I'm married to him.
So
But
what
the
you
moment
basically
I made
saying
a vow
there's
to
nothing.
myself,
Yeah, I feel
yes.
this. I agree with you.
I made my
There's
vow to
nothing.
myself first, which this
Yes.
is my husband.
Yes.
I'm gonna be devoted to him.
Yeah.
Before I could say that out loud to him.
Exactly.
And now I'm saying that to him, then I'm going out and cheating just because he's cheating. Then end of the day, I'm giving it a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give your green master a face.
Yeah. I love what you're saying.
Wow. I love it. That means nothing he does or nothing will move
nothing
you
will
to
make
cheat.
you to
And what I
cheat.
like about what she's saying is I'm not going to be true to myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you mustn't change for someone else. Yes. Be the
Yes.
person, no
That
matter
you
what
are.
pain you're going through, no matter what circumstances
Yeah.
is it. I love that.
Exactly.
do you think there's something that would make you cheat in your marriage?
In my marriage, no, to be honest, guys, I don't know. I really
Yeah,
don't know.
you don't know.
The reason why I asked this question, because someone asked it me after the video off last week.
Okay.
And I told them that I don't know. For me, while dating, it was a different case, you know.
Okay,
I could do it whenever. I can cheat, you know, because we're not in that
Yeah, you're not in a covenant.
Yes.
Yes.
But making the covenant to God and making the covenant to my husband is a totally different ball game. You understand? I don't believe in divorce. And like Ashlyn said, I know my husband won't forgive me if I have to cheat. So whatever I try in my marriage, it's I'll try everything to prevent it from happening. But as I say, I don't know.
I think for me, if let's say in a crazy world I have to cheat one day, I think it would be because I've already told you I don't want you anymore. This is not working.
Yeah.
And let's say you're not hearing me.
Yeah.
I've tried everything to say leave me alone. I think then the last resort would be no vice.
No cheating.
You know what I mean?
Mama,
because now
whatever you're saying now is going to push us to our next topic to say what would make you divorce. Because divorcing is also going to be a story of I already let go of you. So now I'm acting out.
Yeah.
As much as cheating as well. If you're going to start doing it now, you'll always, again, I'm saying, you're always going to have a reason. This man didn't buy me this.
Finally.
This man forgot this. It's my anniversary. He didn't say anything. And the ex-boyfriend just phoned me to say hi, beautiful. Then all of a sudden, you're thinking he's the best man.
Yeah.
He is not the best man. The best man is looking at you.
Yeah.
As ugly as he can be at that moment, but he's still yours.
Yes.
You chose him.
You chose dating, ne? So, just for context, guys, the three of us are married.
Very
and
married.
She's not.
Very married.
And very single.
So I just want to hear from your perspective, being someone that's dating, do you think you have a different mindset than us, or?
Definitely. Because I feel like if I'm not married yet, then clearly I didn't find my soulmate yet.
Okay.
Sure. So if I'm not getting what I want from a person and I've tried, and a person can only try till a certain extent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try somewhere else to see, okay, is it here?
Okay.
Is this what, and then maybe it's not, and then I must go back. I don't know. But,
Okay.
But I also feel like when you dated for a while, like 5 years, 10 years, it's basically you married. Because you know the guy's ins and outs. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You have been so long with this guy. Do you think it will still be the same?
I feel like if we've been together for 10 years, but we never lived together, right? And now we start living together. Now we realize, man, you see that weekend, where I see in a weekend is not what I'm going to see in a week.
Yes.
But then why don't you just end the relationship instead of going out and cheating?
Yes.
It's trying
That's
to, we
nice.
don't want to leave you, man, guys. Marty, this is my soulmate. No.
Then you're gonna be a cheater.
With that being said, with that being said, I'm not saying let's normalize cheating.
Okay.
No, I'm not. But if you've been with someone for 10 years, and now in the 10th year, before we get married, I'm starting to see, oh man,
Yeah, things
this
are
and
not
this and this
balancing.
is not making sense.
Okay, what
let me
if
try
now-
and speak to someone, and while I'm speaking, I'm gonna realize, okay, sure, I can rather deal with it than this.
Okay.
So when I go back, I know for
What
sure
if now this guy
I'm
is
full
planning to
in.
marry you in the
Then we're
10 years?
gonna get married because I
Because you already know you're with somebody else.
But remember, she said cheating is not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
So she feels even if she
But for
cheats,
that guy,
they must forgive her.
They must forgive me. Because I'm
Because
gonna
you
tell him I was
forgive
doing
him.
it for us. Yeah, I'll forgive him. I was doing it for us. I was
But
trying
then
to
what's the
figure out-
limit? What's the cutoff?
Sex. Don't have sex. Don't have sex, man.
Guys, for
Don't
me it's different. I feel like
have sex.
if there's sexual relations, let's say one night stand,
Yeah.
he sees you, he meets you, you guys have conversation, you sleep together. Tomorrow he comes, he says, baby, I'm sorry. Ne? I'll understand it.
Yeah, but don't
But
go back.
the thing is, if you guys are talking for months, you're telling her, I feel
Like you,
depressed, you're
not
telling her your heart, you're pouring out. That for me is a bit extreme, because now it shows you have an emotional connection with that person.
Yeah.
And that now tells me you couldn't talk to me about your problems. You went and talked to
Somebody
So I
else.
think the emotional connection for me is worse than just the physical cheating.
Okay. One of the questions that our viewers outside of the channel is also asked is, have you ladies ever been cheated on?
Yes.
And what was your reaction to it?
yes, and for me it was a deal breaker.
And then you walked out
I walked out
immediately.
immediately.
Yes,
I didn't
girl.
see the lady.
You know you're
I never saw the lady.
Yeah.
I don't want to be funny. And I did see funny things going on in that space. But when I realized how this person now every 2 seconds you're answering your phone outside.
Yeah.
So shut the door.
Wow.
And it got shuttered.
Bye, boys.
That's to all the ladies out there. Know your worth, guys. Don't stick around to find out if it's gonna happen again.
Yes, bye, boy.
That's how you married.
No, but that's true. I mean, I always say to myself, you can come and cry to me, Susan, anytime and every time, and say your boy is doing this and whatever. I'll give you my shoulder. But don't come a second time and third time, because you are allowing the situation now. And the person that always wins is the one that walks away. And I feel like in my heart, and I know under my God's presence, I was a winner.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't shut that door, I wouldn't have got my
You would have
husband.
been stuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have been stuck. I mean, I didn't come to this position to say it's a deal breaker just because I'm joking or I don't know what I'm talking
gone,
about.
yes.
I've seen families got broken. I've seen God-fearing women crying every night for their husband to be true, and it never happened. And it's not because, Kuti, you didn't do something right or you were in a wrong. But then if your husband decides to be with me, it doesn't matter if I'm dirty, I wear a short skirt, I don't have the money, I have 20 children. You being Susan with no child, a boy will still leave you. So why must you sell yourself short? You have your own standards, Susan, according to me, and live by that standard. And if you feel good, this man is doing you wrong, show him good is doing you wrong. Mina, I know good Mina what I'm worth. And I know I'm beautiful and I know I'm gorgeous. And end of the day, there's no man that's gonna bring me down. I'll bring myself down.
Yes.
Because I came to this world knowing that I have a purpose. And I'm not here in this world being somebody's soccer ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you?
No, like it's nice.
It's nice.
Okay, but before I continue, I want to say something. I don't believe in cheating when you're married.
Okay.
Because I know what that does, and that's a whole different topic. Like cheating in a marriage is very different to someone just being in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't condone cheating
In a marriage.
and I would never say when I'm married, cheating is not a deal breaker for me. No, that would never be me as a married woman. Because I know what it does to a woman, because we've experienced it in our house. However, with just dating, you're trying to meet your soulmate, you are trying to get there, and I have been cheated on. Trust me, I have been.
Forgive.
I did. I forgave. The only time I left was when the cheating then came with abuse. Because now it's like you are so satisfied, and now it's affecting us. I have already accepted it. I forgave you, but now he's alright. You know, now you're trying to break. Now you're trying to break me down because you got what you want, and that's when I stepped out.
I feel like that is justifying what you're doing by blaming it on the woman.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now his resort is to violence.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you're gonna say this already, you know I'm cheating. So why you still wanna complain about it? Why you still wanna say something
That's where
about
the
it?
disrespect
Yeah, so
is.
that's
Because it feels like if you could have tolerated the cheating, you can tolerate the
Yeah, and
abuse.
that's when I accept the group chat. I know. Yes.
But then you must understand with other men, as much as like they come and cheat on you, then you understand, then you tolerate. Probably he wanted to go out and he doesn't know how to say he needs you to be the reason.
Yes.
And you don't want to be the reason. Then you say, oh, I understand. What for? Then he's going to come pressing another button. Let me
Pushing the
now.
limits.
Yes. Let me abuse this woman. Or let me do this. And you keep accepting. For what?
For why?
Hey.
I think that is another topic for another day. Before we go there, I just love the comment that we gave a shout out to Janine. So I want to read her comment to the ladies. And actually here they point on what she is saying.
Okay.
Yes, most has been covered, but I feel it will just be appropriate to do this. Okay.
Okay.
So Janine says, cheating is an absolute deal breaker for me. With all the dangerous diseases out there, it's not just reckless, it's a life-threatening. And worse than that, it destroys the trust I gave with my whole heart. That kind of betrayal cuts deep. It makes you question your word, your sanity, and everything you believed was real. It's not just a mistake, it's a choice that shows totally disregard for my love, my safety, and my soul. Once that line is crossed, there's no going back.
Yeah, Janine, call me.
I want to be friends.
Yeah, I want to be friends with
I think I also love Janine's comment because I think as women, we look at cheating at face value and you're like, okay, like I said, it's a one and done.
Yeah.
But when I read that comment and she said, you're playing with my health,
Yes.
it struck a nerve because it made me think deeper and I actually had to ask myself, am I willing to put my life at risk?
That's why I also said when it comes to sex, it's off for me because now you're bringing a lot of things into me. Because now we're also gonna sleep together. Next thing I'm just tired. It's maybe her slap because my
Soul ties,
soul ties is big.
And what I also like about the comment is the life-threatening part. The reason why, just a background for you two ladies, the reason why we started with this topic, I don't know if you've seen the video where the husband drove over the boyfriend. Yes. So when she means life-threatening, it really does is life-threatening because you don't know the reaction of your partner. People say, I know my partner 100%, he's a cool guy, no, he won't do anything, you know, he will just walk away. But once in that position, you don't know how we will react.
Exactly.
And what is your thoughts, ladies, on that video?
I feel like I said in the comment, it's very unfair because we don't know what the other guy was told. I can come to and say I'm single. Because I can date in boxwork and I love in gelukzaam. Cheating. I didn't expect my partner to show up in boxwork. So it was unfair towards the other party because what if he was innocent in the whole thing? So I feel like the backlash should always go to the person that you want because it is her responsibility to protect their relationship. It's also her responsibility to not cheat or to protect what they have or to respect the partner. So it's not fair for the next person to get the backlash.
And how do you feel?
Okay, let me touch on something else.
Okay.
Close to this. As much as I can say it's a deal breaker, but obviously I'm not gonna look down on you if you're gonna accept your husband back.
Okay.
Because end of the day, I don't know what this man comes back in the house and say. Other men are so envious to say, if I'm cheating, so what you gonna do? Understand? But other men will cry, will cry their heart out, will beg for forgiveness. They'll tell you that's a lie. I never got Susan pregnant. I don't know this Susan. They are lying, and you'll believe that person. In that extent, if you're checking what he's doing in the household, it's weighing the bed out.
It's a question.
And I think in South Africa that happens a lot.
Then end of the day, I'm gonna look at you and say, why are you still with your husband? And I don't know. The time you were talking, that husband assured you
Nothing is happening. And you can find that the woman stay because of the life that husband is providing.
Understand? So that's why I'm saying, as much as it's a deal breaker to me, I'm not saying my husband will never cheat. But yet I'm saying my husband will never cheat. Because a man is a man. But end of the day, as much as I have that hope or that trust, which he will never do it. But sometimes it does cross my mind with, okay, what if it happens? What are you gonna do? Understand? How are you gonna handle it? As much as you're saying, you're telling everybody you're not gonna do ABC. So now people are gonna look at you and say, you're waiting for the reaction. But you will never know the reaction because you are never there when we are talking. To say, when are you gonna come back and say, man, I don't know, Susan.
That comes to my next question. You know, outside there is so much haters. people don't like nice things.
Yeah.
And they don't like marriage.
Yeah.
So they envy what you have.
Yeah.
So it comes to false accusations. You understand? So you just here, I come to you and say, Cynthia, I saw your husband with Susan at the mall. Very innocent talk, but I want to put stories on stories and make it so hard. How do you feel about that woman coming with you with false accusations?
Guys, let's be honest, all women are private investigators.
Yeah.
So I think for me, at face value, I won't believe it. Especially because of who my husband is.
Yeah.
How my husband treats me and how he moves around. I won't believe it at first. So if you want to come to me, you must come with facts. You must show me receipts. You must show me
Evidence,
pictures. You must show me videos. And then
End the conversation. End the conversation.
And what, you know what? And then I'm still gonna tell you it's photoshopped.
Yeah.
So then you must video call him in front of me or set up a date with him. I'm in the bedroom and he comes in, I'll walk out and say,
You see, for me, I
Then-
can also say it's somehow like yours, because end of the day, my husband, I could say he's new around.
yeah.
So if you will see me with somebody, hi, how did it? Hi. Understand?
Yeah.
I'm greeting everybody
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So because of the trust we already built.
Yeah.
So end of the day, he never came and asked me, Manja, who is dead and who is dead. So he's thinking, I'm thinking, he's thinking, oh, they grew up all together,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
they're in the same school or what. Understand? He's
Yeah.
making his own conclusions. And on my side as well, when we walked in the mall, and some woman would come and give him a hug and what. I don't just jump to say, cheater.
Yes.
I walk past until he'll call me to say, I come back. This is Shenise. Understand?
Yeah.
It's what and what. Then I understand. Because end of the day, all the relationships are built on trust.
Yes.
And as much as my sister already said, the moment Shenise will come and say, oh, your husband is doing ABC, I can just jam and break my house down.
No.
For Shenise! This is my man. He's my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care what you think about him. I chose him. He
Yes.
chose me. So end of the day, I deal with it in my own way.
Yeah.
Until I'm comfortable to say this man is cheating.
Yeah.
Then
I think that's a very valuable lesson that most people in relationship and marriages should learn. They always say when you get married, don't involve a third party in your marriage. And I just think if you go after every story, we wouldn't have been married. We wouldn't have marriages.
Can I just also say, we saying we won't go after the stories because we trust our husbands. The woman that goes after every little story they hear, do introspection, because that tells me you don't trust your husband.
But I also feel like, there's other people, this man already is.
A history. Yep.
Yes.
So now when the story comes, it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
another one. But
Yeah.
me personally, I'm big on, I do not send anyone to watch him. So whatever he does, it's fine. Unless
Yes.
I catch him.
Yeah.
Sure. You saw him, I'm happy. They were talking, sure. I'm happy
and
for them.
that's why I said
Yes.
to you,
I
you
saw
don't
my ex crazy and say, oh, I know Shenise. Oh, you guys are Shenise? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because why-
But to me,
Yeah.
that's why I said you must don't come and cry to me that third time. Because we all know this man is busy with Shenise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also know he's so you want assurance from me.
Yeah.
You want to hear what my point of view is.
Yeah.
You want
So
it
you
to
want
be
me-
acceptable to leave him and say,
Yes.
Shenise
Yes,
said.
yes,
But also,
Yeah,
guys,
like you want permission from me because
Yes.
that's the type of woman who's gonna go back and say, but baby,
Yes. And then I still Yes. No, it's true,
And
guys.
also, guys, as much as I appreciate friends that has your back and that maybe will say, I saw your husband where. Sometimes people's intentions are not always good.
Not always.
not always.
So they can see you building a beautiful house, your marriage is perfect, whatever. So now I'm gonna come and make stories to stir up the pot.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't believe everything people tells you.
Sometimes other women are also devious because you get women who approach your partner,
Yep.
not just a partner, your husband.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll approach him. not necessarily good they like or they love your husband, just to be spiteful to you.
Yes, and they also
Or
want to
vice
see the
versa.
reaction. You so
Yes.
lovey-dovey with Cynthia. Let me see.
Yep.
Yes.
What is your weakness, you know?
Okay.
So I'll be
Yes.
flirting with you and seeing, oh,
Sometimes it's your family, you know?
I got this brother of mine. Apparently, the woman that approached him, ne? After he left the woman, ne? Then the girl came back and said, no, but then I was just playing. I didn't say you must break up your house. So what was the point then?
Yeah.
So
She
they
just
didn't
wanted
want
to
to
break
see
up
you
the house.
together.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, she wanted
As
to
much
hurt
as-
the woman.
I'm feeling good, I'm beautiful and what and all that. Very when I look in my mirror, I feel like that.
Yeah.
But I must also know how to see what devious people can do.
Okay.
So
Like to the people, the guys that comes to me and approach me, I can't just papa.
Yeah. So to the two of you that says cheating is a deal breaker, ne?
Yes.
One last question. You brought up something now and I'm thinking that is cheating, does it depend on who they cheat with? Remember last week I said if you do it far, I never ever want to see that person.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them at work. I don't want to see them at church. I don't ever, because if I choose to forgive you, I don't want that woman reminding me.
Yes.
Ne? So now you're saying that some people can be devious. Let's say your husband cheats with someone that you know is trying to hurt you. Will you forgive your husband? Because now that person manipulated him and maybe played with his head. And now he's cheated. Ne? And now you find out it was Shenise, and you know Shenise is your enemy. She wants. Or you take your husband
honestly, I
back.
don't want to lie. As I said before, I never saw the lady before, and I was still joining. Now I know she is. I know my husband. You come and fuck up my house. You all out.
Okay.
like honestly,
Yeah.
this is
Doesn't
about
matter who
me
it's
first.
with. Yeah.
It's about me. If I cannot love me, who's gonna love this person? So end of the day, I don't expect my husband to love me. Yes, my husband's supposed to love me, but end of the
You
day,
must
I'm
love
supposed to
yourself.
love myself.
Yeah.
So end of the day, Shenise is outside of the box.
Yeah.
I didn't make vows with Shenise.
Okay.
And number two, I don't sleep with Shenise every single night, and we talk and we plan and we what. There's a lot of in stake.
Yeah.
So it's not about me and Shenise. There's children involved.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you cannot think about me, think about the children that are involved in this marriage. Think about the families that are involved. The
In the
plans we
yeah.
make. That's what I'm saying. I've seen families, and for me, the time I was young,
Yeah.
and it was not nice when I was young. Why would it be nice now?
Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
And as I also said, it's a deal breaker whether I know the woman, whether I
I
don't know the woman. I just
Yeah.
feel that I won't be able to get over it.
Yes.
Ashlyn said something on our last video that you talk about it, you get over it, you get the reason why you did it, and you work on it and move forward. I think I'm that person that won't be able to move forward. Once it's broken because now I will never be able to trust you anymore. So whether I know the woman, even if I know her, that's even worse.
Worse.
You know, because now like Cynthia said, there's children involved. I'm the one that's supposed to explain to their children.
Yep.
You know, because that lady is gonna be a fly around my marriage or around my kids. And like I said to some lady that asked me, I said, it's like we will be walking and then she will be talking there. You know, I would have forgiven my husband and now we're walking and then she will be talking there with her friends or a mother to say, this one. She forgave him after she knew I was with him. So it's even worse if you know someone.
But then the question is, if it's someone that you know has a personal vendetta towards you, it could be me. Ek kan nie verstaan nie, slyk jy mekaar nie. En nou vind jy uit, ek is bezig met Rogan. Like it had nothing to do with Rogan, Shame. Unfortunately.
He was manipulated.
just-
You were
Yeah.
a pawn in that person's
Yeah.
But
hand.
unfortunately, guys, everyone has a choice.
Exactly.
Everyone has a choice. It's like
Because you
my
could run
husband's
away
best
as well.
friend come to me.
Yeah.
I see you. You're so beautiful. You're treating Rogan so nice. Can you give me a
You don't
chance?
deserve
It's
ABC.
my choice to say yes or no. And for him knowing for a fact that Susan has something against me, and for him to cheat and just come to say to me that no, it's because she wants to hurt me. Both of them is taking me in my face. You understand? That is plain disrespect from both sides.
Sure.
But
Okay.
it doesn't know, Susan. You never spoke about her because she really hurt you as a child. She comes back in your adult life. You never spoke about her. You
Yeah.
closed that door.
Yeah.
Ma, you
It's someone you thought you would never cross paths with again.
Yeah.
And now you find out and you're like, as jy, as jy.
That's what I was saying to you now. You must understand, I'm not only talking about women who don't care. There's also men who don't care. There's women who knows, but Shenise is married to Rogan, but they'll still go for Rogan.
Yeah.
And there's people who know I'm married to Tammy, they'll still go for me.
Yeah.
They'll tell me straight.
There's men that even say I
even
like
if you
a
say,
man. Or women
yeah.
that say I like a man with a
Yes, they say to us they normally say, if you say, pardon, my ring, said, I'm not talking to the ring, I'm talking to you. But now how must you answer? Because to me, it's not like you're not only disrespecting me, you're disrespecting my partner.
Exactly.
Because this is meant for you to say, step
back
away.
off, yeah.
But then other men, they don't see it like that. And
While
other
we're
women,
on
they
that
don't see
point,
it
the
like that.
last question is, as you said they don't talk. There is some people that even say, I'll be your second husband.
Yeah. Second wife, big on that.
You know?
Yeah.
I will treat
So,
you better.
I'll be your second husband. Give me a chance.
Be a safe space.
We won't
That shows
interfere
me-
your marriage, but we will build something on the side.
That shows me you don't respect me, number one,
Yes.
and you don't see my value.
Yes.
Because if you respected me and you saw my value, you won't even think to ask me something like that. Because you will think that this woman respects herself enough to not even entertain something like that. So why are you asking?
True.
What do you think?
No comment.
True that.
Okay, guys.
What is your question?
I think there is people out there taking chances. I think that there is men and women doing that outside, but it's up to you whether you're gonna agree. As I said, it's a choice.
Yeah.
And another thing that it's a red flag because then it means you also don't love and value yourself.
Exactly.
So why will I take on a broken person when I'm already with my own broken husband there? Because in a marriage, both people are broken. We're coming together, you know?
Yeah.
So why will I take on your baggage? Because I already have my own baggage. I have my husband's baggage. It means you don't respect yourself. You don't value and love yourself enough to say, I am worth having my own wife that is mine alone. Do you get me?
Yes. Wow, guys, wow. Thank you so much, ladies, for your time. That was very insightful for the different opinions, and wow, I've learned a lot.
Yeah, I've learned to respect yourself and walk away the first
the
time
door.
it happens. Close the door.
Yay!
End of the day, ladies, it's all your choice.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide to do for yourself, not for Cynthia, not
Yeah.
for Shenise, not for the single girl.
Yeah, it's
It's
true,
about
guys.
all your
Yeah.
choice.
And remember, in a relationship, there's no right and wrong.
Yes.
We're all learning as we go. Every relationship is different. So you must truly make up your mind for what makes you happy inside. And if you must make a decision based on how you will be able to live with yourself. Will you be able to live with yourself knowing you've forgiven that person? Or will you be able to live with yourself knowing that you've walked away?
Yes.
So yeah.
Through that. So guys, as for our next video, please stay tuned. There will be some special guests as well. Watch and see.
Until the next one.
Bye.